Keep distance.
Man, shut your...
I wonder if that was loud enough.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
Jerry.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today we will be reacting to the second episode of Tanki Classic Development Diaries. There's a whole lot of new info apparently, so stick around till the end to know exactly what the Tanki team is working on right now. So let's get straight into it.
Tankers, we have great news. In Classic, we have completed a huge layer of technical work related to models and textures.
Back in the Flash era, we used the old 3D model format, which often caused smoothing to break. As in the 2010s, it was crucial to compress data streams to make the browser game less resource intensive. As a result, artifacts and blurred details were noticeable on turrets and hulls. Now the models for Classic have been converted to the FBX format. This format is being used in the current Tanki Online, on which Classic is based. We found most of the original textures and optimized them. Visually, the models now look cleaner and more precise.
Alright, so long story short, the models and the graphics and all of that stuff is just gonna be a bit more sharp. Actually, not just a bit, it's gonna be pretty sharp. Like, there's a lot of games that face this problem like back in the old days. Not even like 10 years ago, like 20, 30 years ago even. Like, you can talk about Nintendo games like Mario 64 on the Nintendo 64. Basically, what happens is that to actually save space and to make sure that the game actually runs smoothly, they have to compress the graphics. Alright, it means that basically they have to like sacrifice the game's quality to maintain, the smoothness in it. That's what happened in Tanki Online initially. Basically, that's what they're trying to say, as in like what you would consider the good old days of Tanki Online 2014, 2015. So it was supposed to be a game that you should be easily able to run on your PC, right? So it should not be like that good as far as the graphics are concerned. It should be more optimized to, like have a good performance. But right now, since, things are a bit more technologically advanced, you can have good quality along with having the smoothness, which is why apparently the modern Tanki also works well even when the graphic models are somewhat updated as compared to back then. So essentially, the Tanki Classic version that we're gonna have right now, it's gonna have better graphics, better 3D models, and also hopefully smooth gameplay as well. So yeah, that's good news.
In the previous episode of the vlog, the garage was still a bit messy, but now the weapons are in their places and displayed correctly. The work on adding all turrets and hulls is complete.
Alright, let me stop right here for a second. Before we talk about the models and textures, just look at that transition. If you're an older player, you'll know that this is the transition they used to have in the older Tanki Online vlogs. So it's good to see it again. And secondly, all this stuff just makes it seem like they are actually passionate about this whole Tanki Classic project. But every now and then the mess that they make isn't something that they want to do, it's something that ends up happening. Anyways, let's move on.
For those who missed it or didn't notice last time, the garage has become more detailed. The art department scoured the texture archives, reassembled, and baked the garage in high quality.
The internet has come to a point where the silliest of things are turning into a meme, and that possibly means that our humor is dead, but I mean dead in a good way, unlike Tanki. Okay, I shouldn't say that. But I don't know why, but this keep distance thing is turning into a meme. I mean, it's not even funny. Maybe it is. I mean, there's a reason I used it at the beginning of my video, but I don't know the technicalities behind it. I mean, why is this a meme? I mean, if you know anything about this, let me know in the comments. But yeah, let's move on.
Now you can even see small inscriptions and elements that were previously lost. It's the same garage, but now it looks as it was always meant to, without unnecessary compression.
Alright, so this is just like adding on to what we talked about earlier, which is that the garage was always supposed to look like sharp and in high quality, but it could not because of compression. But again, since that's not a limitation anymore, it can look better. And again, that's good news.
The favorite icon is now available for turrets and hulls, not just paints. There are quite a few added skins, so sorting will make things more convenient. You can click on your favorite equipment skin, and it will appear first in the list. This will simplify finding the combinations you use most often.
Even though this may sound like a small change that they're doing, to me it's pretty significant. Because honestly speaking, old Tanki was really great, but it had a huge margin for improvement in like quality of life and stuff like that. I mean, you could be playing the game and having a lot of fun, of course, but there were a few things that just made the experience a bit more dull. And one of them is that, the tiny scroll bar that you can see at the end of the screen over there. You had to take that and you had to scroll back and forth whenever you wanted to like change your turret or your hull. So the fact that they're actually, giving you the option to mark your favorite hulls and turrets and all of that stuff makes it way more convenient that you can just like mark the three turrets that you use the most and the three hulls that you use the most, and they're gonna be right in front of you. There's gonna be no more scrolling. So this sounds like it's a small thing, but it's really a good thing, and it's pretty significant. So yeah.
The old code was used almost 7 years ago, and anyone who has worked with code understands that reviving such outdated code isn't entirely straightforward. Of course, we aren't redoing every piece of code, but for the game to have all modern features from anti-cheat to smooth interface and gameplay, this work is essential. This will guarantee long-term support for Classic for years to come.
Alright, so essentially they're putting like an extra amount of effort to ensure that the game is smooth, that the code is not outdated, that the security and the anti-hack and the anti-cheat system is up to date. And this is something that I personally appreciate, because honestly they don't have to do this. Like, for all they care, they should just take the old resources, put them into a game and give it to us. Ideally it would take a maximum of 2 weeks, but the thing is they're just going out of their way to make some improvements that aren't even necessary. Like, let's say making the game look better is actually necessary, but other than that, the whole thing about marking your favorite turrets or hulls and even this whole anti-cheat system and all of that, so this is something that they're doing out of their way. So it's not like they're just trying to get rid of the all the people that are just nagging them from years and years that give us old Tanki. They're actually trying to make the effort to make them happy too, so that's good. But they are making mistakes simultaneously, like with the augments and all. But again, I don't want to like put this on a scale that alright, this is good and this is bad. But generally speaking, it feels good to know that they're actually putting effort into the game. So yeah, that's it for this video. If you want to watch more similar videos, then you can check out my channel. And if you want to watch me react to more vlogs in the future, then do subscribe to stay updated. Like the video if you liked it, that helps the video a lot. And comment your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know what you think about the vlog, and I'll see you in the next video.